Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Meydan Racecourse here on Thursday. It's the 9th of January 2020. We're going to look at all the races tonight from Meydan, but before we get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. Excellent card tonight from Meydan. We have round one of the Maktoum Challenge, road to the World Cup with that race, and also we have the Singspiel, which is a very exciting race. So let's get to the action tonight. Starting off race number one, it's for the Arabians. Race number one, it's the Group 1 Maktoum Challenge round 1 presented by Lodgings La Grande Classique. It's Arabian race going for per $65,000, race for 5-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 16 horses going 1,600 meters or 1 mile on the dirt course. The top selection will take the 2-horse Ez Ajib. We'll go 214.5 in the tri-cash trifecta. 214.5 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection 2-horse Al Ajib. The 6-year-old horse by Big Easy here. Sam Hitchcock gets the leg up. The horse's most recent appearance came the 28th of December at Sharjah on the dirt. They only have a dirt surface. 1,200 meters, 6 furlongs in a presidential Arabian race, and the horse finished second by 1.5 lengths there. He set the pace, he got caught in the stretch, but he still ran a good race down the straightaway. It wasn't anything bad about cutting back and trip that day. Before that, back here on the 21st of January, he made on 7 furlongs on the dirt in a Group 2, 1,400 meters, 7 furlongs. He won by 3/4 length. He sat on the lead all throughout, quickened up nicely, an all-around good race there. And then before that, he ran the 25th of October at Abu Dhabi. It's firm ground in a conditions race, 1,600 meters. The horse finished 5th by 1.5 lengths, and he didn't break all that well. It was with the pace setters, but then he just kind of crumbled. It wasn't 100% fresh. I think we're going to see a very fresh horse today. He's drawn very well, and the main dirt course here at Meydan plays towards speed, and I think he has the speed to win at 6-1. Let's give him a shot. If you're going to play the multi-race, I also think the 14-horse Al Ajwel, who's a very good horse. I think he's sitting on a very good run also. So if you're going to play the multi-race, use him also. But to recap my selection for race number 1 for Meydan, it's round 1 of the Al Maktoum Challenge for the Arabians. Let's take the 2-horse Ez Ajib. We'll go 214.5 in the tri-cash trifecta. Let's get to race number 2 from Meydan. It is the Lodgings Hydron Quest Handicap. It's a handicap going for a purse of $175,000. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 8 horses going 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs down the straightaway turf course. The top selection here, I'm going to take the 1-horse Ektiar. Well, I said that right. Pardon me if I didn't. I'm going to go 152 in the tri-cash trifecta. 152 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection 1-horse Ektiar. This 6-year-old gun by Beta Breath. Jim Crowley gets the leg up for Doug Watson. They were screwing around with the horse last time out, I have to say. They came on the 5th of December here at Meydan, 6 furlongs in a listed stakes on the dirt, which is not his preferred surface. Probably his last dirt race ever, because he ran horribly. He finished 5th by 12.5 lengths, and he never quickened up. He hated the dirt in his face, and it just wasn't his day to win. Back to his preferred surface, down a course he's won in the past many times. I think he's sitting on a very good run. Before that, he ran the Group 1 Alquaz Sprint on World Cup night here at Meydan, 6 furlongs, a 1,200 meter trip. He finished 9th by 11 lengths. He just never could quicken up. He was just facing a little bit too tougher horses. And then in the Group 3 Natal Sheba Sprint, turf sprint here on Super Saturday, 6 furlongs, 1,200 meters. He finished second by 3 lengths behind Blue Point, who this horse beat 2 starts in a row last year. Again, he closed up a little bit that day, but Blue Point, who won twice at Royal Ascot, won the Alquaz Sprint, which is on another league that day. And then back here at Meydan on the 21st of February, 6 furlongs and a handicap. He won by 5.5 lengths, and he stalked. He got the lead, and then he could have won even more, but Jim Crowley didn't want to kill the horse. It was a good, easy victory. Back to the 1,200, back to the turf. I think he's sitting on a good run. 2-1. He should win. So even with the heavyweight. So to recap my selection for the second from Meydan, let's take the 1-horse. I'm gonna go 152 in the tri-cash trifecta to race number 3. Race number 3 from Meydan. It's the UAE 2000 Guineas Trial. It's a conditions race going for a purse of $100,000. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have 18 horses entered, while only 16 could go on the dirt course. The distance of ground of 1,600 meters or 1 mile on that dirt course. The top selection, I'm going to take the 11-horse here. First view, we'll go 11.86 in the tri-cash trifecta. 11.86 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection 11-horse. First view is 3 colt by Exceed XL. Crystal Sumion's on this one for Godolphin and Saeed Bin Suor. The horse's most recent appearance came the 5th of November at Kempton, 1 mile on the poly track and a novice, and the horse won by a half length at 3-1 as the high weight. He kept going, he quickened up nicely on the front end and just took off clear. That was a very good run. Before that, he ran a novice at Kempton, 1 mile October the 2nd, and he won by a half length. He was drawn way too wide that afternoon, but he still stalked. He got a great turn of foot, and he got the job done at 7-1. That was a very good run, but his last one was very impressive also. I think a lot better than the first one, but he's coming here to dirt for the first time. Should be a problem. I think he'll be the speediest horse here, and I think he has the class to win. At 4-1, let's take him here. Another horse that could possibly upset, I think the 8-horse Dubai Adventure for Tango Shea. He's another horse. Use him on the multi-race tickets. He's run twice on the dirt. Most recently here, Meydan 1 mile in the main race back in December, where he won by 3/4 length, drawn way too wide, but he got a good trip to win. And then before that, he had a very nice place at Jebel Ali, going the 5 furlong trip, which was probably not to his liking, but he still closed up well. Another horse at 12-1, drawn well. I wouldn't keep him off the multi-race tickets, but to recount my selection now for the third from Meydan's UAE 2000 Guineas Trial, let's take the 11-horse First View. We'll also use as a prize play the 8-horse Dubai Avenue. We'll go 11-8-6 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. Let's get to race number 4. Race 4, it's the co-feature of the evening. It's the Group 2 Singspiel Stakes, Group 2 event going for a purse of $250,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have 6 horses entered to go the distance of ground of 1,800 meters, or a mile and 1/8 on the turf course. The top selection here in the Singspiel, I'm going to take the 3-horse Ben Battle back to Meydan. I think he'll get a good run. We'll go 3-4-2 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 3-4-2 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection 3-horse Ben Battle, 6-year-old horse by Dubawi. Godolphin and Saeed Bin Suor trains. Crystal Sumion gets the mount. He's the heavyweight here, carrying 130 pounds. His most recent outing came on the 19th of October at Ascot. Very testing conditions, which I don't think he liked. 1 mile in the QE2 stakes, and he finished 16th by 44 lengths, and he beat nobody home who wasn't liking the round, and as a 7-2 favorite, he just ran poor. Back to firm ground, back to Meydan, where he's run his best races. I think he's sitting on a major improvement of a run. Before that, in the Group 2 Joel Stakes, a Newmarket on the Rolling Mile, the mile trip, he won by 5 lengths, and he could have went around another 5 times and still won that easily. Very easy run. He should have been sent as the favorite. He wasn't. He was 4-1 second choice, but he still won that easily. First start back from Australia. His previous race came at Mooney Valley, a mile and a quarter in the Cox Plate, and he placed behind Winks, who just took off clear to win her 4th Cox Plate, but this horse just wasn't getting to her. And then before that, at Caulfield, and in a Group 1, he won by a nose, and he quickened up nice at the mile and a quarter trip. He got the job done there. He's a multiple Group 1 winner, but in England, he wasn't doing that good, but his races outside of England have been very well run. He actually won a Group 1 in Munich in 2018 very nicely, winning in Australia Group 1, and he also won a local Group 1, a Group 1 here in the Dubai Duty Free, the Dubai Turf in 2018 by 3 1/4 lengths, beating a very good group of horses home. He just quickened up nicely when could have won around another 5 times again that day. Very easy run. His only subpar race of his season here in Dubai in 2018 was the Jebel Hada, where he just had a horrible trip drawn wide, but he's drawn well here today. 3-5 is not the best price in the world, but we'll have to take it, so let's take him. So to recount my selection for the 4th from Meydan, it's the Group 2 Singspiel Stakes. Let's take the 3-horse Ben Battle. We'll go 3-4-2 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. To race number 5 from Meydan. It's the Lodgings Conquest Classic Division 1 Handicap. It's a handicap going for a purse of $135,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 13 horses going 1,600 meters, or 1 mile on the turf course. The top selection, I'm going to take the 1-horse Lyndon B. I'm going to go 5-11-4 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 5-11-4 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection, 5-horse Lyndon B. If you don't know who Lyndon B, that's Lyndon B. Johnson, and his wife was named Ladybird. So now you know a little bit more about the American presidents and who was his predecessor. It was JFK, and who went after him? Unfortunately, Richard Nixon, but that's for another day. This Lyndon B is 4-year gun by Charm Sphere. Callum Shepard gets the leg up. His most recent outing came the 30th of August at Sandown, 1 mile in a handicap, and the horse won by a neck that day. Since they put the blinkers on this horse, he's improved a lot. He had a great turn of foot on the front end and could have won another 10 times around. I can't stress that enough. He just won very nicely. Small margin, but he got the job done. Before that, Glorious Goodwood, 31st of July, 7 furlongs in a handicap. On ground, maybe a little softer than he prefers. He finished third by length. He still improved with the blinkers on. He's had a lot worse races. He closed up a little bit that day. It wasn't the world's worst race for him, but he still could have improved a little bit more. And then first start with the headgear came at Leicester, 1 mile in a handicap on the 18th of July. He won by 2 lengths, and he just went easily, destroying the group of horses home. Good run. His final race without the blinkers came on the 27th of June at Newmarket, 7 furlongs in a maiden race, where he finished third by 7.25 lengths there, and he just wasn't getting up that tough final furlong on the July course in Newmarket. Since they put the headgear on, he's become a different horse. He's going to see a nice dry ground. He's drawn well. He could sit closer at 7-1 on this turf course. I love him a lot. He'll be my best bet of the night. So let's take him. So to recap my selection for the 5th race from Meydan Lodgings Conquest Classic, let's take the 5 horse Linden B. We'll go 5-11-4 in the trifecta. Let's get to the featured 6th race. Race number 6. It's the feature of the afternoon or the evening. It's the Group 2 Al Maktoum Challenge Round 1, presented by Lodgings. It's a Group 2 race going for a purse of $350,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 8 horses going 1,600 meters or a mile on the dirt course. The top selection will take the 1 horse Mutaza. I'm going to go 154 in the trifecta. 154 trifecta. Top selection 1 horse Muntaza. This 7-year-old gelding by Dubawi. Jerome Crowley gets leg up for Doug Watson. The horse hasn't been seen since World Cup night here at Meydan. 1 mile in the Godolphin Mile, and he finished third by 6.5 lengths. He was sent off to 91 cents to the dollar favorite that day, and he stalked, but he just never really got the good turn of foot. Cold Front at Heavy Metal, his running backs as one today, just ran those 2 better races. The old man Heavy Metal, Heavy Metal's the kind of horse, he'll run the great race and then just run these random races that scratch your head. On World Cup night at 8-1, he ran a terrific race, but Cold Front just got the better of him. But this horse, Mutaza, just couldn't keep up the final furlong. The track was just not to his, the 2 and from were just better on the night. But before then, the Group 3 Burj Nahar made on 1 mile in March the 9th. He's a course and distance winner, winning by 10 lengths that day at 80 cents to the dollar. He was on the front end all throughout and just kept going. A conveyor belt of speed the track was, and it was an all-around good race. And then the Group 3 fire break here at Meydan on the dirt, 1,600 meters back on the 14th of February. He won by 4.5 lengths again. That day he came from a little bit behind, but he still got the job done. Very easy run. He's making his first off the break. Shouldn't be a problem. He likes the course here, and I think he's going to have a good trip on the inside. So 7-2, let's take him. If you're going to look over towards the multi-race, it wouldn't surprise me if Secret Ambition gets a good trip also. Tango Shea's on this one. His last time out, he ran a listed stakes a few weeks ago, which he won very nicely, and then they took him to the turf his final start of the season last year at Meydan, where he didn't do that well, but I think he had a respectable 5th in the Godolphin Mile last season, and some of his races here locally last year weren't run half bad. His big claim to fame last year was winning the Jebel Ali Mile by 1 3/4 lengths very nicely. 9-2 wouldn't surprise me if he gets a good trip also, so we'll definitely use him on the multi-race. But to recap my selection for the 6 from Meydan, it's the Group 2 Al Maktoum Challenge Round 1. Let's take the 1 horse Mutaza. I'm gonna also use the 5 horse Seeker Ambition. We'll go 154 in the trifecta. Let's get back to the turf race number 7 from Meydan. Race number 7 from Meydan. It's the Dubai Trophy presented by Lodgings Record Collections Condition Stakes. It's a conditions race going for a purse of $100,000, race for 3-year-olds only. We have a field of 16 horses going 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs down the straightaway on the turf course. Top selection, and I would say co-top selection with Linden B in the 5th race. Co-top selection would best bet of the day would be the 5 horse Platinum Star. I'm gonna go 5-3-10 in the trifecta. 5-3-10 trifecta. Top selection 5 horse Platinum Star. 3-year-old quote by Luke de Vega. Christophe Soumillon is on this one for Godolphin Sabin Sour. This horse has some good pedigree with him, and he has some good form with him. His most recent outing though, he just didn't get a good trip on wet ground at Newmarket. The 11th of October, 5 furlongs in the Group 3 Cornwall Stakes. He finished 7th by 2.5 lengths, and he just never got into it. The few in front of him just ran that better race, but before that, in the lower end race, Illicit Stakes at Ripon, 6 furlongs August of 2016, he won by 3.5 lengths. He quickened up nicely and just destroyed the field. That was a very good run, stepping down in class. And then before that, I ran the Group 2 Vintage Stakes at Goodwood, 7 furlongs July 30th. He got beat by, he finished 5th by 14 lengths, but he got beat by, right now, your favorite for the Guineas later this year, the 2000 Guineas at Newmarket, and your Derby favorite right now for the year, Pinatubo, who just ran a terrific race. This horse actually finished behind Pinatubo twice, once at Goodwood and once in a novice race in the debut for Pinatubo at Wolverhampton, 6 furlongs back in May. The horse finished second behind Pinatubo, who just took off clear. This horse ran a respectable second place finish, then next started out not facing Pinatubo in a listed in a main race at Leicester going the 6 furlong trip. The horse won by 2 lengths, and he could have won that easily. And then he finished second at Ascot in a listed stakes going the 5 furlong trip. I like him to the 6 furlongs. He's going to see a very quick round, which I think he'll like. He's drawn wide, which I think is not bad at all on the stand side. And 9-2, I think he's sitting on a very good race, so let's take him. Like I said, just look over the horses, the 2-year-olds he was facing last year in England, and look over these horses. I don't think they're, I think the horses in England are a lot better, and this is a massive step down class. But to recap my selections now for the 7 from Meydan, let's take the 5-horse Platinum Star. We'll go 5, 3, 10 in the Tricast Trifecta. Let's get to race number. The Nightcap, race number 8 from Meydan, Lodgings Conquest Classic Trophy Division 2 Handicap. To Handicap going for a purse of $135,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have 13 horses going the distance of ground of 1,600 meters or a mile on the turf course. The top selection, we'll take the 4-horse Firmament. I'm going to go 416 in the Tricast Trifecta. 416 Tricast Trifecta. Top selection 4-horse Firmament. 8-year-old gelding by Cape Cross. Daniel Thudhopes on this one for David O'Meara. The horse's most recent appearance came the 12th of December at Chelmsford, 1 mile in a handicap, and he finished 5th by 2 lengths that day. And he just never really got a good trip. He never got a good turn of foot, and I don't think they were really trying with the horse that day. Why try for that basically pocket change money when they could go for over $100,000 purse or over £100 purse? I think today the horse is a lot more fresh, and I think he's sitting on a good run. Back to turf also should suit him well. Before they ran at York on the 11th of October, 1 mile soft ground in a handicap, and he finished second by 2.25 lengths. He was drawn wide that day. The winner in that just better race, but he still, ran a good race. And then before that, Newmarket, 20th of September, 7 furlongs in a handicap, finished 6th by 1.25 lengths. The few in front of him ran that better race. This horse also had a high weight, 136 pounds, which I don't think was so competitive in that race. He won once out of 11 offerings in 2019. He's won 5 times out of 58 offerings lifetime. I think he's due for a victory, stepping down class from the last few. Second off the break, 7-1. Let's take him. I also think the 1-horse Bay of Poets stepping down class at 20-1 is very good value on this one. Fabrice Vernon is on this one. His most recent outing came to Al Rashida last January here, Meydan, where he was just outclassed by Dream Castle and the others. Lost to Dream Castle again in the Singspiel in 2019. But he's just been facing 2 tough horses the last 2 years here locally. Stepping down to a handicap, I think it's a perfect confidence builder. And at 20-1, definitely use him on your ticket. He's the wise guy horse. He's either going to run a massive race off the break and a step down class, or he's just going to run like he did basically in the Zabio Mile 2 years ago. But I'll take the shot that he's going to run a good race. 21, let's use him on the tickets also. But to recount my selection for the 8th from Meydan, let's take the 4-horse Ferrament as a top selection. We'll also use the 1-horse Bay of Poets as my price play, and we'll go 416 in the Tricast Trifecta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck.